it's just such a blessing to be able to see the joy in these mamas when they think that the only choice is abortion, and then we see how their life lights up, their eyes light up, how joyous they are, and none of them to ever say, I regret the decision that I made.
Have you ever named your car? Well, this group has named their mobile ultrasound unit, and this unit, along with this high-quality staff of professionals who are doing this work out of the love of their heart, are saving lives every single day in front of these abortion facilities. Meet them and learn about their incredible story as we continue this journey here in New Jersey. Where are we? What are we doing? And what happens on this unit behind us?
So today we are in Trenton, New Jersey State Capitol. We are parked outside of a Planned Parenthood across the street, and we are offering free ultrasound, free pregnancy tests for women who are pregnant and think they can get prenatal care at Planned Parenthood, or somebody who's in a crisis and they think their only option is to abort. We're here to stand in that gap and to just tell them that they have options.
So what we try to do is we have our sidewalk advocates out there, and they are engaging in conversation with the women going into Planned Parenthood, offering them free services, free medical services.
We have 2 mobile medical units. One behind us is Joshua, and we have another one called Hannah, started in 2019. And since 2019, 1,135 babies have been saved because their moms have chose life. Because as you can see, right behind us is Planned Parenthood. And that's where we park them 6 days a week throughout Central New Jersey. So if they're gonna come on this unit and they're gonna give us a chance to pray with them and give them Christ, that's our goal. Our goal is to have them choose life. And that's what we do.
Anything that is unique about what you guys are doing that maybe isn't happening anywhere else?
I think it's unique because our church backs us up 100%. Our pastor is pro-life. He speaks about pro-life from the pulpit. It's not in a condemning way. You know, he does not mean to condemn any women who have had abortions, because there are many, you know, in our church that have had abortions, but they, you know, God has redeemed them and restored the years the locusts have eaten, and they serve with us on the unit. You know, and they are so effective in reaching the women because they've been there.
You know, we try to get them connected to a community that can come alongside these moms and these families, because the fathers are just as effective. So a lot of times our security guards which are the men, or our drivers, will stop and speak to the men and try to encourage them. And a lot of times we've had men go in there and pull their partner out and say, hey, come across the street, come into the unit. It's a free pregnancy test. It's a free ultrasound. Yeah. And you and I both know if they see that ultrasound, 4 out of 5 are going to choose life. We just got to get them on the unit.
So what is the state of the pro-life movement in New Jersey? What's happening here?
Well, New Jersey is a sanctuary state. You can abort your child up to 9 months here in New Jersey. The state of New Jersey wants to kind of shut down crisis pregnancy centers. They're trying to say that we are fraudulent, that we do not have licensed medical professionals, that we are not giving full health care because we do not refer or perform abortions.
We are not fake. We are absolutely real, and we're offering real options. We are actually showing them on our TV screen. Everything that I'm seeing, they can see, and it is not a clump of tissue. It is a baby. And you can see the arm limbs, the leg buds, the facial features. I am licensed throughout the United States. I have a national certification. I went to school for 2 years to learn how to do ultrasound. My colleague Jeannie, she's a registered nurse. She worked in the hospital. She worked in NICU. She has the experience. So we are not fake. Absolutely not. We're here to show you that you have a life inside of you, and it's a blessing from God.
We have a doctor that oversees this, so we know exactly what we're supposed to do as far as the patients. We follow all of our HIPAA rules. So we are not afraid to stand out here because we know we're not breaking the rules.
All right, so what motivates you? What's kind of your pro-life story? How did you get to this point?
The Lord called me here.
It was a calling on my life.
I have twins. I was told, by my doctor when I first got married, oh, you're not gonna be able to have kids. You're probably gonna have to go through fertility treatment. And shortly thereafter, it was, God's miracle. It's God's way. It's his plan for my life to have children. These women are in difficult situations, but it's still in God's control. Nothing happens to us without passing through his filter first.
So our ministry was started by a very dear friend of mine who started a pro-life ministry without the mobile unit. He would go out to abortion clinics and just offer services to women and offer them to walk down to the local pregnancy center. And so that started about a little over 10 years ago. And as he was starting this ministry, we would go out for dinners and he would tell us and be so excited. And my husband and I would, we have 7 kids. And so obviously we're pro-life because I was homeschooling, because I had younger kids and I was doing part-time nursing work elsewhere. I was thinking there's no way I can get involved. And a friend of mine who was serving here at Bridge Women's Center asked me, can you serve once a month? And that once a month became full-time nurse manager.
Of course it did, right?
Exactly.
Yes.
I was in church and the pastor said, hey, I don't know if y'all heard, our director resigned. And I've been a part of Calvary Chapel for 28 years. I had supported it financially, but had never even stepped foot on the unit. And I said, you know what, I think I want to volunteer. And it went from volunteering and the Lord said, no, you're not going to volunteer, you're going to run it. I have a business degree. I'd run my own business for 30 years and found myself in a whole new place. And he just kept opening the door. And before I knew it, I was the director. And the first day I went out, I didn't even know how to be a sidewalk advocate. They had me trying as if I wanted the job and I couldn't tell anybody I was. And a woman came across the street and I had to stop her. From that moment on, that woman was touched and saved that baby. Whether I was going to be the director or not, that I was used by him as his vessel to further the kingdom and one baby was saved. That's all I needed.
So what questions am I not asking you?
It isn't a cheap thing to do. It doesn't just happen. It takes people to partner with you. And you don't have to have a mobile medical unit. But what I would encourage pastors to be bold from the pulpit. I would encourage people that if you're not a part of a pro-life ministry, become a part of it. Yeah. Don't sit on the sidelines. To run these units, you have to have insurance, you have to have staff, you have to keep them operating. Like the second one we have right now is getting a new air conditioning. It takes money to keep this going, but it's worth the investment because you're not investing just in this, you're investing into God's kingdom.
As we continue up to New York and eventually Connecticut, we meet even more people who are saving lives in front of these abortion facilities and walking with moms in need. And this is what the Christian body is doing to save lives. And with an ultrasound, these moms can meet their baby. They are walking into these abortion facilities to take the lives of their children. They meet an incredible sidewalk counselor, and then they have moments later an opportunity to meet their baby on an image on ultrasound.
Hi, I'm Solange Rodriguez. I'm a sidewalk advocate, and I'm excited to be on the pro-life tour. I am a sidewalk advocate, sidewalk counselor. I'm also a pro-life and chastity speaker as well. And I started pretty much praying across the street from the abortion clinic and really engage with the women and the men that are going into unfortunately going into these centers. That was something that I wanted to do, but I didn't know if I needed to train for it. I didn't know if I had what it took. And then at a rally, I met someone who asked me if I spoke Spanish. I said yes. She said, I'm looking for a sidewalk counselor that is bilingual and that is young. And I said, okay, let's try this because I've been praying on this for so long. And then I realized that that's what it was, because it's not easy. It's a calling for sure. It's not easy. It's work that we know that we're doing it to serve God. To be able to do that is just so wonderful. But yeah, we're out there, whether it's raining, it's snowing, it's cold, it's hot, whatever that may be, just because we see that there is such a need to really show these women that we love them, that we care for them. And they're so vulnerable at that moment. So they're in need of someone to talk to and to show them better than what, this choice that they think that the only choice that they think that they have.
A lot of people would call what you are doing out on the sidewalk a protest. Are you protesting anything?
I'm not there to protest, right? I am there to just show them love. I don't think any of us should be doing that, not on the pro-life side or on those that are pro-choice. I mean, these women are having enough. If they're there, they're broken, or they're hurt in some way, they're confused. So we don't want to cause more confusion or more of a headache. We don't want that. We want them to feel, that we care for them and that we're genuinely wanting to support them.
Some are saying that they get a lot of opposition. Are you seeing the same thing where you're at?
Yes, we get to see that. I mean, we see whether it's the laws. I mean, New Jersey and New York, it is tough. I mean, abortion up until birth. Also, the people that are in our surrounding when we're there, a lot of them are just against what we're doing. It depends. Again, it depends the areas. But yeah, I mean, both men and women sometimes come up to us, oh, don't tell women what to do with their bodies, or, like people tell us off. We see a lot.
So they're saying you're telling women what to do with their bodies. Are you doing that?
I'm telling them that there are choices. And for example, one thing I say is, this is your body, right? So I'm not telling you what to do with your body. But one thing is, this is your body, right? But what about the body inside your body? Right? So let's talk about that. Let's talk about what is happening. How far along are you? Okay, because from the moment of conception, right, it is life, right? DNA, fingerprints are detected, hair color, skin color, right? All of this is happening. So if there's nothing, I mean, I would understand if there's nothing happening in there, but there is. So then we talk about the different stages and then we take it from there, right? Because sometimes they're so worried, there's so much going on in their lives. So they're not focusing on this life that, the life in their womb. So
you also worked for the Respect Life office as well. Is that true?
Yes.
What are some of the things that the Respect Life office does?
My role is very specific with the USCCB's calling and initiative of walking with moms in need. I have taken sidewalk counseling to another level. Like, I literally am there with them at the doctor's appointments. They come to my house, I go to theirs. We become a family. It's this whole thing. I'm not saying everybody has to do that, but with the parishes, we want them to at least, if that these moms feel comfortable in going up to the priest or going up to the offices and saying, these are my needs. Maybe they just need diapers. Maybe they want to know about insurance. We have a lot of undocumented families right now in our area. Most of the moms that I have are only Spanish speaking. So we want to just make sure that they are being looked after. We're going to guide them on where the resources are. So we'll try our best to put that out there for them on our website, and they can call me if or anybody. The coordinators of these parishes can feel free to call me as well, so then we can walk together. I'm putting together a training on what it's like, a day in the life of coordinating and helping and sidewalk advocacy if needed, and all of this to help the people in our community and in our parishes.
What's your pro-life story?
Well, first of all, as I mentioned, it's definitely a calling. It's a pro-life day for me every single day, a Respect Life Day every single day. Because of the type of work that I do, I work in the Respect Life office in the Diocese of Paterson here in New Jersey. So with that being said, the initiative is walking with moms in need. It's knowing that God has put this in my path, even though there are so many other things that I could be doing as well. I'm also an actress. I was very involved in the entertainment world. I was doing all these things. And then in 2021, when I really felt that God was saying, cross that street, and I need you to talk to these women and to these men. I mean, the first day that I was out there at the sidewalk, I was like, I don't know, do I have what it takes? I mean, Lord, you're going to guide me, you're going to strengthen me. And all the glory to God, I had to save that first day. And I remember this mama, she said, I already have 2 children. I'm 40. I don't think I could do this again. I'm having issues with my partner. I mean, whatever you can think of, we hear all types of stories, right? And I remember praying for her. She still went upstairs, and I said, I'm not leaving. It was already, I had been there since the morning, and it was getting a little late, but I said, I'm not leaving. It's about to hit, I don't know, I think like 12 o'clock. Something in my heart was saying, don't go. Next thing you know, she comes back down. And she says in Spanish, no lo hice, meaning I didn't do it. And then, I got so emotional. She got emotional. She was crying. We hugged. And she said, I just can't. I can't do this. I walked her over to where we have a center to get the ultrasound. She got to see the baby. We went out for lunch. And now I'm baby's godmother. I recently baptized the baby. And yeah, it's just such a blessing to be able to see the joy in these mamas when they think that the only choice is abortion. And then we see how their life lights up, their eyes light up, how joyous they are. And none of them to ever say, I regret the decision that I made. Is it challenging? Is it tough? Yes. Can I have this baby for them? No. Right? Have I been there when they're having this baby? Yes. I've been there for the birth of 5 of these beautiful babies, right? Out of so many that have been saved. All the glory to God. It's always just such a privilege. It's such an honor. I always say, God, you trust me so much. You really, really do. And I just want to use those gifts and those talents that you have given me to be able to serve these moms, to serve these dads, to serve these families, right? So, yeah, for me, it's just such an honor. I'm just so grateful to be able to do this almost every day, every day of my life.
We know there is so much more work that needs to be done. So we thank you for your prayers. We thank you for being with us on this journey. We thank you for supporting work just like the work being done through these amazing programs to save lives through these mobile ultrasound units and these mobile teams who are doing this work right there on the sidewalks. And also programs like Walking with Moms in Need, where we don't just talk to them on the sidewalk or in mobile centers, but we continue that process throughout their entire pregnancy and beyond. And so thanks for being here on the Pro-Life Tour. We're excited that you're here with us. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time at prolifetour.com.